What's going on YouTube? I wanted to take a break from exploring here in the Lost Isles and show you what we have built using the new NaNa sets in the Battle Pass. This 7-story Peely Lighthouse using some of the Lockie's Lighthouse parts as well as some of the pieces that you get in the NaNa Jungle sets. We built this 7-story version here in our survival world, and as you can see, we use the stairs from Lockie's Lighthouse and the upper landing from the Lockie's Lighthouse, as well as the light. We built this one up just so that it's right over these treetops here, and we can see our bus station over there. We can see out over the ocean, so all the other small little islands out there, as well as our NaNa village here on the shore. We're not done with it yet. We still got a couple more towers going up down there, but we'll show you guys that later. But what we will do is we will jump out of here and jump into our sandbox world and show you how to build one of these yourself. Again, you will have had to have completed some of the Tropical Treasures Battle Pass to get some of these parts. It looks like if you are on the free-to-play route, you will unlock these curved walls here at the very end with this building. But if you do have the paid portion, then it looks like you unlock the curved walls as early as the first stage, as well as getting some railings that if you want to use those, looks like you get those here closer to the end of the actual pass itself. Here we are on the shore of our sandbox world. We already built up a small mock one here, showing some different build styles, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to build a taller one right here. So let's clear out this spot. Oh wait, is that a legacy axe? Let's go ahead and swap that out. There we go. Once you've cleared out the patch of land that you want to build your lighthouse on, go ahead and open up your build menus and turn on the NaNa Jungle filter as well as the lighthouse. Again, if you want to follow along in building this, you may need some of the lighthouse pieces. I'm sure there might be a way to wiggle some stairs in there if not, but for the most part, we are going to at least need the stairs, the railings, as well as the upper flooring pieces that you use for the light floor of the lighthouse. So if you want to do what I did here and go ahead and start the build for the Lockie's Lighthouse, then feel free to do so. When doing the Peely's Lighthouse, it's convenient to have one of the regular Lockie's Lighthouses nearby just so that you can figure out alignment when it comes to like your stairs or your next level, or where to put your stairs on that next level, or the railings themselves, whatever the case may be, just so that I could see that alignment of the stairs. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to come over here to this flat area, and you're going to open up your build guide. Again, turn on those lighthouse and NaNa Jungle filters, and we're going to go into the floorings. Go ahead and go all the way down to the bottom here, the wide floorings, and you're going to grab the wide floor corner 1 and 2. So we're going to start with 1. So we're going to start with 1, and we're just going to place it down. Swap over to 2 so that we can have our lines going the same direction. Go ahead and place this one here, back to 1, and here. All right, so part of why I did the floor first is so that I can figure out where it is that I want my walls, because I want to go ahead and have this be my entrance since that entrance is facing that way. So what we're going to do is you can either use this, if you have this wall unlocked with the opening, feel free to use that, or I will show you how to go ahead and build one of these ones here at the end. So at this point, decide what kind of pattern you want to use, or if you do, depending on what pieces you have. I'm not 100% sure which ones come with that final set, as I have not unlocked it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this single face nano wall corner smiley face. What's this one called? Nano wall corner. All right, so let's go with the smiley face. And we're going to grab that one there. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to snap the smiley face to that doorway also. And then we're going to go to mirror our opening, our doorway on the other side. We're going to use windows. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use these ones. So that is your first floor. All right. So now to not make it look completely the same all the way down, we're going to go ahead and we're going to rotate and we're going to put a window above the smiley face. A window above this smiley face. And switch back to the smiley faces. Go ahead and repeat this however many times that you would like until you get the height that you want your lighthouse to be. I'm not gonna lie, I lost count of how many floors that is. Obviously, if you are not in sandbox or do not have flights on, you can build your upper floors later on once you've done the insides. I just went ahead and made ours at height. All right, so now you're going to go ahead and go back over to your Lockie's Lighthouse if you have that part, that prefab started on the other side. And if you want, you can see where your stairs are lined up and either follow that same pattern or, you know, just kind of wherever you feel comfortable. But part of why we did go ahead and build this is so that you can get a visual of where the stairs are lined at. And as you can see, they're one space away from the walls, as well as they are just touching that stud right there. So then we're going to go back into the lighthouse that we are building. And we're going to go into the stairs. All right, so you're going to go ahead and you're going to nudge them all the way up. You're going to line them up center of those walls where they meet up in that flat area, and then you're going to nudge it towards you one. And yes, it's going to be green, but as you can see, there isn't that one stud between the stairs and the wall. So then we're going to go ahead and we're going to nudge it over. Nudge it into green, and then we're going to nudge it over one away from that wall. Should be touching that little peg there, and there we go. So now we're ready to start our second floor. Let's go ahead and go back into those floors and grab the corners. When building mine here, you could just go ahead and build it out, or you could take the time to look down below you and see how the pattern changes if you use the different corner. So for example, on this one, it looks like I started down there in this spot with corner 2. So up here, we're going to start with corner 1. Nudge it until it's green and place it. Grab your corner 2 and back to your corner 1. Then let's go ahead and build our way up to floor 3. Again, nudge it up against the wall. You see that it's red. Nudge it out away from that far wall. 1, it will turn green. And then nudge it again 1 to the right. There you are. Completely lined up. Like so. So now just repeat all the steps all the way up. All right, once you've gotten your stairs up to your desired height, as you can see, I skipped a few levels here for time. I'll go back and fill them in later. But go ahead and get yourself to your top level and get out your seaworthy wide floor O2. That is going to be the one from the Lockie's Lighthouse itself. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to snap to those stairs. And if you look over there, you can see how that middle section of it looks like 6 pegs wide. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to snap to this, and we're going to make sure that 3 of those pegs are showing. That is going to be the center of our platform. So then go ahead and snap your other 2 in, and then switch over to the wide floor gap, wide floor O2, and fill that section in outside. That was where you kind of got some options. If you want to, you can use the actual walls from the original lighthouse and put them up here. To make your light cage. Or if you want to, you can go ahead and use different combination of windows and doorways, like I did on this smaller one down here, and make that kind of a room up top to put your lighthouse beacon in. Whichever way you want to, feel free to do it. It is your lighthouse. All right. So now that you've got this up here, you've got your railing, you've got your stairs all the way up your tower. Only thing left is going to be the small details, like the roof, the railings in the actual staircases themselves, and your doorway. I don't think that snapped center. Oh no, it did. So now just go ahead and go into your roofs and find yourself the NaNa leaf roof corner. And we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to snap that all the way around. All right, so next we're going to go back into our floors. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab the seaworthy floor. It's the actual medium piece. It's the one that actually is the smaller version of the rounded piece. And we're just going to go ahead and fill in that gap. Like so, giving us that rounded part. Then go into your lights and grab your lighthouse beacon and just place it down like so. Feel free to repeat this piece here all the way down. Also, on your way down from the floors, back to the bottom of your lighthouse, make sure that you go into your railings and grab your curved railings and complete those all the way down. And there you have your Peely's Lighthouse. Oh. I apologize for doing things so out of order. Please forgive me. This is my first building tutorial. Alright, so here on the railings, again, you may have 2 options. It depends on if you have different parts of the battle pass unlocked or if you got the paid version. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you both. So you can, of course, use the original railings here if you want. Those are going to be the Lockie's Lighthouse seaworthy railing square curved. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get these railings lined up. So what you're going to do is, you see where you got the light gray and the darker out here. You're just going to go ahead and you're going to find, is it there? No, I thought it was there. Okay, you're going to have it to where one gray spot of floor is showing there and there. I know it takes a while to get these lined up. And then if you want to, go ahead and snap in that one. And then snap in your next one. If you want to do it all the way around like this, feel free to do so. On our survival world, I went ahead and I left this middle section open just to kind of give us areas to jump off from. Now, if you do have all of the NaNa jungle pieces, then you may have this NaNa fence. One of the pieces is a NaNa fence corner. Again, I don't think that comes in the free-to-play portion. I'm not 100% sure. Line it up with that fourth peg on each side, and then you can just go ahead and snap your NaNa fence corner directly to it. So again, we're going to take this NaNa fence 04, line it up with that fourth peg on each side, then go to our NaNa fence corner, snap, rotate, snap, rotate. And then if you go with this route, then just repeat that all the way around. All right, so there you have the two different railing options, as well as the two different walling options. It does look like the NaNa walls are actually a little bit taller than the upper lighthouse walls. So that is something to keep in mind when getting your roofs aligned if you do decide to change in between. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come down here to this bottom one and we're going to show you how to top it off. All right. So if you look at it, you notice how there's that little peak with the shingles of the roof. We're going to go ahead and shut off our filters, and then we're going to go into our flooring, and we're just going to grab something that's a 4x4. Doesn't matter what, as long as it is 4x4 and can fit on that little square in the middle. Once you find that 4x4, go ahead and line it up like so. You can use the acres floor, you can use the ones from the log cabin, whichever piece you got. You can either leave it at that, or you can go ahead, go back into your roof. Use one of the stems if you would like, or I'd like to actually just go ahead and place one of these square pieces, the square yellows, and just top it off like so. All right, finally, let's come down here and let's go ahead and show you how to build that doorway. So if you're going to go with this doorway, like I said, this archway that I have here on the smaller version, then feel free to do so. If you want to keep that regular door, then that is up to you as well. But we're going to go ahead and make another one of those curved doorways. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our walls. We're going to grab the NaNa wall 03, and we're just going to go ahead and snap it to our curved wall, just like that, on both sides. Next, go ahead and go up to your NaNa log wall 01, and go ahead and it does look like one side is flat. So let's go ahead and make it flat against the wall and nudge it out 1. And we're going to do that on both sides. Go ahead and open your menu and turn off all of your filters. I'll go over and grab some flex wood because we're going to build some dynamic foundations, dynamic platforms, and we're going to use those to do some diagonal building and make our curved doorway. So what we're going to do is snap 2 of these medium dynamic foundations together, and then we're just going to push it forward. For some reason, I had to use thrusters to push it. But we got it aligning. We've got it up against our 2 pillars, and we can now use this to make the angle that we desire for our doorway. let's go ahead, turn our NaNa jungle filter back on, go back in and go down to this NaNa wall arch. If you haven't directionally built before, all you have to do is point it at the base of the dynamic foundation, and then you can pull it away. And as you can see, once you get outside of it, it's still green, and you should be able to just plop that onto the ground. Now we're going to go ahead and get these dynamic foundations out of here, as well as these pillars. Let's go ahead and go back to that NaNa wall arch. At this point, you can now snap to this wall. So let's snap to it and push it out of the way. Snap it and nudge it over until you are lined up with the wall. You may need to do a second one here in the middle and nudge it out. And it may take you a couple times to get it aligned. As you can see, I need to come out just one more this way. Let's go ahead and break that one. Sadly, it's not like there's an exact number to this here, but it looks like we can actually get where we want to. So let's go ahead. If you're having trouble in aligning it, say you want that over one more stud. Let's go ahead and grab another wall, snap it to that, and snap it out one. Oh, that one won't work. Grab a pillar. Yep. Grab a corner piece or something and just snap it to it and nudge it out one. And then you can go ahead and break that wall and put your arch back exactly where you need to have it. Go ahead and break that front one, and so far this is what you've got. Let's go ahead and go back in, grab that NaNa log one more time, and we're going to go ahead and snap back up towards the wall and use that to kind of fill in your hole. And then to top off our archway, let's go ahead and go back into our roofs and go down to the gables. You're going to grab the gable right, snap it into the center and nudge it over to where it just hangs over one on each side. And there you have it. There you have officially built your own Peely's Lighthouse. As soon as I saw these curved pieces, I knew I had to do something with them. And of course, I wanted to build a lighthouse. I thought it felt perfect for our NaNa village, especially right here on the beach with all our banana villagers. I'm going to build a bunch more. I can see this being the new lighthouse all over my Lost Isles. So if you have the Lockie's Lighthouse and the NaNa jungle set, feel free to build one of these yourself. Let us know, how many floors did you make yours? Are you going to build this in your world? Did you go with the directional building to make this archway, or did you use the already curved wall? I don't know, so many questions. So many different ways to build this and make it your own. I don't know. This is my first build tutorial as far as actual builds and not vehicles. So let me know what you thought of it. Let me know if you want to see more. And until next time,